All right, ready for another deep dive? This weekend, it's all Premier League, all the time.
Gotta love it.
We've got a couple of great articles from The Guardian to help us break things down.
Oh, nice.
One's a preview of all the big matches coming up, storylines and all that.
Right.
The other one focuses on the race for Manager of the Month. Should be interesting.
Definitely. Always some surprises in that race.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll be ready for any footy banter at the pub this weekend, like the ultimate insider.
Sounds good. It's always fun to see how the Manager of the Month race kind of reflects what's happening in the league overall.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, who's got the tactics nailed down?
Right. And which teams are really exceeding expectations.
And where are those turning points happening? The moments that shift the whole momentum of a team's season.
Exactly. So let's start with that Manager of the Month competition. It's not just about who's winning the most games, right?
No, definitely not. It's about how they're winning.
Yeah.
What's the story behind those wins?
Exactly. Take Pep Guardiola, for example. Man City, they're the only team that hasn't lost a game yet this season.
3 for 3 in October, if I remember correctly.
Yep, 3 wins out of 3 in October. But even Pep, with that record, he's still got some serious competition for this award.
But that's what makes it interesting. Like Nuno Espirito Santo at Nottingham Forest. He seems to be turning things around there. Big time.
Yeah, they could actually win 3 league matches in a row.
Which they haven't done since. What was it?
1999. Can you believe it?
1999. Wow. I mean, that really shows you the impact Nuno's having, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's instilled this new kind of, a more disciplined style. They're playing more on the counterattack, which is catching other teams off guard.
I see.
Making them a really tough team to break down. It's not just about winning now. It's about, building a culture where winning is just what they do.
It becomes the expectation. I like that. Then you've got, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you've got Fabian Hürzeler at Brighton. The underdog story. All those amazing comeback wins.
He's incredible, isn't he?
Oh, they were the first team since January to beat Newcastle at St. James's Park. What a statement.
Huge statement. It's all about tactical flexibility with him, I think.
Okay, yeah.
He can read the game so well, makes those little adjustments that make all the difference.
He doesn't panic when they go a goal down.
No, not at all. He just adapts, finds a solution. That's the mark of a great manager, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's Arne Slot at Liverpool. They're off to a really strong start. But the article mentions this worry about his striking options.
Yes, right.
Interesting.
And that's actually where these two articles kind of connect, Because, Liverpool's attack, it's going to be a big talking point in the next few matches.
I see, yeah.
Slot's got so much attacking talent to work with.
Yeah.
Gakpo, Diaz. It's about finding the right combinations.
Right. Who comes off the bench?
Exactly. So, is it Gakpo cutting in from the left?
Right.
Is it Diaz using his pace out wide? The match against Brighton is going to be a real test for him, I think.
Fascinating. So we've got these 4 brilliant managers all vying for that Manager of the Month award.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting to see how their styles play out on the pitch this weekend.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
So are we ready to get into some specific matchups?
Let's do it.
Okay, first up, we've got Newcastle versus Arsenal at St. James Park.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
And Eddie Howe, he's got some tough decisions to make.
Yeah.
That midweek cup win.
Right.
It's given him a bit of a selection headache.
I bet. I mean, Tonali was fantastic in midfield.
Wasn't he?
And then you've got Kraft pushing for a starting spot, too, at right back.
Exactly. So, it's almost like he's got this tactical jigsaw puzzle. You know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
All these pieces, all these talented players. But how does he fit them together against Arsenal?
Well, you've got to think about Arsenal's strengths, right? That fluid attack, those quick transitions. Howe needs to find a way to be solid at the back, but also able to hit them on the counter.
Right.
I think Tonali could be key for that. His energy, his distribution.
I can already picture it. The tension, the atmosphere at St. James's Park. It's going to be electric.
Definitely. High stakes.
And speaking of tactical intrigue, how about Bournemouth versus Man City?
Ooh, interesting.
This one's got a really fascinating angle to it because Bournemouth's manager, Andoni Iraola,
Yeah.
he's a disciple of Marcelo Bielsa,
No way.
just like Guardiola.
Wow. Okay, so it's like a battle of philosophies then, almost.
Yeah, it really
The
is.
student taking on the master.
Exactly. They both love possession-based football, but with their own little twists.
Right.
Like City under Guardiola. They're like a machine.
A well-oiled machine.
Yes. Patient, precise, always waiting for that perfect moment to strike.
And Bournemouth under Iraola.
Well, they're more about that high energy, the pressing, the quick vertical attacks.
So do you think Iraola will try to go toe-to-toe with Guardiola? Or will he be a bit more pragmatic? Try to, contain City's attack?
It's a good question. And who knows, maybe this is a glimpse into the future. Maybe one day, Iraola could be the one leading Man City.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
Okay, I'm adding that to my list of things to watch for.
Me too.
Next up, it's Liverpool versus Brighton. And this is where that worry about Liverpool's attacking options really comes into play.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Gakpo, you've got Diaz. They both want that left wing spot.
Gakpo, he scored 2 amazing goals in that midweek game.
He did.
But Diaz has been in such good form, too. It's a tough one for Slot.
It is.
Yeah.
Does he go with a hot hand? Or does he stick with a player who's, consistently been delivered?
Right.
And this is what I love about the Premier League. These individual battles, they're happening all over the pitch within the larger context of the team. Every decision matters.
Every substitution could change the game.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Okay, let's move on to a match with some serious implications at the bottom of the table.
Ooh.
Ipswich versus Leicester.
Right.
Both teams coming off tough losses. This could be a turning point for them, for better or worse.
Yeah, the pressure's definitely on. A win here would be huge for their confidence. But a loss, that could really hurt their morale.
Especially this early in the season. And to add even more drama, their last 2 meetings.
Tell me.
Both ended in last-minute equalizers.
Oh, wow.
Talk about a nail-biter.
So we could be in for another one then.
I wouldn't bet against it. The championship, it's known for its unpredictability.
Oh, yeah. Anything can happen.
All right, let's look at Southampton versus Everton. Now, Southampton, they really need a win.
They do, yeah.
But they seem determined to stick to their style, that possession-based football.
Interesting.
Which kind of makes you wonder, at what point does sticking to your principles become, a problem?
Yeah, when does pragmatism need to take over? It's a tough balance for any manager. I mean, Southampton, they want to control the game, tire out their opponents.
And wait for that perfect opportunity. But can they do that against Everton?
Everton are known for their physicality, their direct play.
They're going to be an interesting clash of styles, that's for sure. Okay, we've talked about those big tactical battles, but what about the individual players?
Oh yeah, there are some really interesting stories developing there too.
We'll talk about Morgan Gibbs-White. Could be making his comeback for Forest.
Oh right, he's been out injured, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. But, it makes you wonder, is it actually a good thing for Forest?
Oh, interesting. You mean because they've been doing so well without him?
Exactly. It's a real dilemma for Nuno, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, do you disrupt a winning formula?
Right. Do you just slot him right back into the starting 11?
Or do you bring him back slowly?
Ease him in. Maybe as a sub. Ooh, I can already hear the debates at the pub this weekend.
Should stuck with the winning team.
Exactly. Versus Gibbs-White is the key. He's what they need.
Yeah.
It's tough. What do you think?
I think it's smart to be cautious. Gibbs-White is a fantastic player, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But they have found a way to win without him, so yeah, maybe a gradual return makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay, let's switch gears to another team that's having a bit of a rough start.
Okay.
Wolves. Still searching for their first win.
Oof. Yeah.
I think they could turn things around against Palace.
It's all mental at this point, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing about football. Once you get into a negative spiral, it's hard to break out.
It's like that feeling of being stuck in quicksand.
Yes. The harder you struggle, the deeper you sink.
Exactly. One win. That's all they need.
Yeah.
Just one win to shift that momentum.
Maybe someone like Kuna can provide the spark.
Ooh, yeah. That could be the one. And speaking of sparks, how about Timo Werner at Tottenham?
He finally broke his drought.
He did. That goal in the Carabao Cup.
I know. Do you think he can keep it going against Villa?
Well, he seems to have the right mindset. I read that quote where he said he never stops making those runs, even when he's,
Even when he's afraid to miss.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so relatable, isn't it?
It is. We've all been there. Those moments of self-doubt.
Yeah.
But it's about pushing through them.
Exactly.
All right, last but not least, let's talk about Manuel Ugarte at Man United.
Ooh, yeah, how's he settling in?
Still finding his feet, I think.
It's a new system, new manager.
Big test coming up against Chelsea, too.
It's going to be interesting to see how he does. It takes time to adapt, right? to build those connections on the pitch.
Absolutely. It's like learning a new language. You're not going to be fluent overnight.
Yeah.
And, it's not just you, Garte. The whole team is adjusting.
Right. Everyone's learning the new manager's way of doing things.
Well, I'm excited to see how it all unfolds.
Me too. It's going to be another amazing weekend of Premier League action.
I don't know about you, but I am ready for kickoff.
Same here. Bring on the matches.
So there you have it. Our deep dive into the Premier League this weekend. Be sure to let us know what storylines you're most excited about. You can find us on all the usual social media platforms.
We love hearing your thoughts. And remember, this is just the beginning, folks. The Premier League is a marathon, not a sprint. Every match brings new drama, new excitement. That's why we love it. Enjoy the games, everyone.